his strengths, what's the things he needs to work on as well. He's 25 years of age, so he's still got, room to grow. What have you liked, in a Napoli shirt?
So he covers ground very well. He's a great tackler. So, when you have two midfielders only, you need people that can cover ground, right? Because you don't have that third guy there in the middle to help you out. I think that's the formation you guys might go with. So he's a great shield for the defense. And if he ever comes off the bench, then he is known from his time in France from being an impact substitution. You'll feel that something's changed when he's come off the bench. So I think that's great. His fitness is great. Never really had a problem with us in that regard. So those are his strengths. He's also quite accurate with his passing, which is great. But however, his weakness is that a lot of these passes are a bit too conservative. I would have loved to see Cajuste last year take a bit more risk with a bit more of those through balls. But maybe that was just the way that Napoli was set up to play, right? Not to take those risks because we were leaking a lot of goals last season. And so, try not to lose the ball too much might have been an instruction from the manager. Another thing about him is that he loves to get forward from deep position. So he's the type of midfielder that will sneak up into the box from time to time when you least expect it. Might stick out a foot and grab a goal like that. He's got that about him. It won't happen every game. It won't happen at every cross, but he'll do that from time to time. Um, and yeah, another thing going back to his time at Napoli that maybe he might need to work on is this whole mental aspect. It's about, okay, one day when he will inevitably, like every player, have a bad game, does he have the strength in him to pick himself up and be ready to go for the next one? Or will he take 3 or 4 games to do that, which is kind of what we saw in Napoli at times, right? Which was whenever something a little bit out of his control happened, he would not react to that in the best way. It would take him some time. So let's see. It's something that maybe comes with age. I think the context of the club matters a lot in these cases. With Napoli, we struggled a lot with the context last year, as we said, with all those problems. So it was tough for players to recover. Maybe with Ipswich, there's an enthusiasm with the club being back in the Premier League, a bunch of new signings. Maybe he gets along better with his teammates. Maybe he's more an integral part of the project, and so it'll be easier for him to recover from any bad games that he might have. So um, I think it might just depend on the context.